Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's a mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform.
Well, y'all, it's about that time. We are back after 28 days. Season 4, episode 19. Distractions are becoming a reward for reasons people don't want to talk about. We're going to get into this conversation. What's good over there?
What's good? Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued and ready to talk about this topic because I feel as though sometimes there's a lot of reward in those distractions.
Absolutely. I think so.
We're going to get into this and hit a couple segments.
With that being said, y'all know what time it is. Let's go.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filters.
This broadcast starts now.
Right around 7:30. It's just, we're about right there. A little early, but you know what it is. I mean, I felt like we needed to go ahead and just come on back. We've been off the air for 28 days, and the hiatus has ended.
We back, y'all.
We back, y'all. I just had to, we had to take some time off for us, kind of like a mental health break.
Absolutely.
And, take care of some things and do what we need to do, and then we back. So I think in the meantime, in between time, I ended up collabing with my best friends from high school, and we have a podcast called Boys to Bourbon that is every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. So make sure y'all following me, and make sure that y'all are locked in when we do both the podcasts. So I'm doing this podcast, my original podcast, and then I have a joint podcast with my best friends from high school. It's myself, Vegas Hill, Paul Law, and my brother Javen Wells. So make sure y'all check that podcast out called Boys to Bourbon. What else been going on?
Whew. The heat,
man.
The heat been out of control over here on this East Coast.
Let me get this off my chest. So I remember it was disrespectful last year because last year it seemed like the weather was skipping seasons.
Yeah, it was on some other shit.
It's doing the same thing right now.
Yeah, didn't we have like 80-degree weather in February this year?
Yeah, we did. And
craziness.
It's getting disrespectful at this point. I mean, it's not even it's not even in a good conversation right now for anything.
I know, right?
It's like you want to have your friends come over, but then it's like
everybody gonna be sitting here sweating.
We need some outside fans, bro. We need this. We need this because this no, bro. And I mean, I get it. It's I don't know. I mean, and I think a lot of it is that welcome kind of weather where you can sit outside if you want to, but I think a lot of times we, outside is a great thing, but it's just, I think this year is just weird.
Yeah.
I saw something on the gram. Well, no, that's Twitter. I was on Twitter. I saw a news thing that said the East Coast is about to get invaded by these 4-legged spiders that spin a web and parachute out from the air.
What?
Yeah. Look it up, y'all. I ain't lying.
Oh, Lord.
And they supposed to be venomous too, so.
Oh, no, I'm cool.
So, yeah, we need to watch out for that.
I'm going to be on the inside.
Yeah, I was just not to throw a wrench in your outside plans. I'm just saying, this is the kind of crap.
I was just finna say, and you want to be outside? Yeah, no.
Nah.
I'm finna be inside.
Facts. So, tonight's topic is, distractions are becoming a reward. And this is just my opinion. And that's what it is. It's always going to be my opinion because that's what I said. Distractions are becoming a reward for reasons people don't want to talk about. And I say that because this is just, like I said, this is just me. I've noticed that a lot of our relationships and a lot of the things that we come into contact with nowadays, even if you get a new job, of course you're gonna meet new people, potentially new friends, whatever the case may be, and now you're kind of being introduced to people that you're adding to your life, not necessarily your friend circle, but your life, more associates. People want to hang out, whatever, and you need to break, so you're like, I'm cool with it. You get into these people's lives, and there's chaos that's around that you in your right mind know it's chaos, but for this person it's just the organized way of how they deal with things, like organized chaos. Like I got tattooed on my back. Some people just live in organized chaos, but if you're okay with introducing people in your organized chaos, you would hope that these people would just accept it, right? See, this is the problem. A lot of people got distractions going on in their life that it has to be in their mind. There's some kind of achievement that's there, and it's not shade, and it's not like hating or anything else like that. In their mind, there's a reward, and believe it or not, there's people that don't necessarily have this distraction, but they're so into it because it's an actual real life situation that someone's going through, and you have some empathy for the person, but you don't want them to be rewarded because of the distraction that's going on that you may or may not pay attention to. You may know of it or whatever the case may be, but it doesn't.
I was just about to ask that question. So, if this person or people have this distraction, how much do you know, or do you know about the distraction? Have they confided in you?
Probably not. It might be just observation, because a lot of people,
or something surface.
Well, I put it like this: sometimes it depends on what the distraction is. I mean, because let's say mentally, a lot of people go through things that they deal with,
and they don't talk about.
They don't talk about it, but they deal with it in the way that they are comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, no judgment or anything else like that, but have you ever watched the episode of Hoarders?
Absolutely.
That's like distraction headquarters. It's like you want to help this person, but you know there's something else going on.
Right.
So it's like, how can you help them without it really truly affecting you, because you have that empathy.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we kind of not necessarily push those people away from us because we don't want to deal with it. A lot of it is we know that they can't deal with themselves, so why should I have to deal with it?
Mm.
And a lot of times they're not wrong. There's nothing wrong with having that idea or that, the way of thinking. But who's hurting who? Are you hurting yourself by just saying, yeah, I care, and you continuously care for this person? You continuously have that empathy, but are you helping them? And it's like, why should I help them? They put themselves in that situation, right? It's like, okay, so you have put yourself in this person's life and agreed to be in their life. Why walk away from them because of the distraction that you see? Because that's very distracting. You can have a great day at work, but you come home to your house covered in newspapers and just animals and shit. That to me is, they should have a little bit more prioritization to help these people out mentally, instead of making it a focal point and sharing it throughout the world saying, you won't believe this shit. This is what I call those television channels or stations that have stuff like Hoarders and what was that one thing called? Intervention.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that.
And on like the TLC network or something?
I don't know. I'm not trying to put nobody's network out on blast because that ain't what I do. But what I do say is that that's the type of television that come and look at this shit. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's like my 600-pound life.
Yeah, because it's like, you won't believe what I just saw.
Bruh. Why are we invading these people's space? Oh, Connie's not blank.
No, ma'am.
It's just a big space on the screen. I haven't fixed it because I be doing stuff during the week. But thanks for calling me out on that, because I do need to fix it. It looks kind of shabby.
No, she looking for me on the video. No,
I
ma'am.
know, but it's a big blank area over here on the other side of me. You know what I'm saying? Over there.
I'm not a on a video kind of person.
That way.
I tried it a while back and it's not.
It's
for
not
me.
her thing. So
I'm sorry, Sin.
it is
Appreciate
what it is.
the love,
Yeah.
but no.
Yeah, it is what it is. But
It's not my thing.
That's
a heavy distraction for me.
Yeah, so I think, just my opinion, alone, you can't pressure people or make people deal with the stuff that they need to deal with. You just can't pressure them. However, you can let them know, hey, this is something you need to go through. And yes, I'm your friend and everything. If you need me for anything, I'll, if I can help you, I can. If I can't, I can't. And don't take my I can't help you as a drop out of friendship or a drop out of drop out of our friendship because I can't provide or help you in something you think you need and you can get it from me. All I'm saying is if ain't nobody else gonna support you, I'm gonna support you to an extent of my ability. Don't stretch that rubber band too much.
Oh yeah, Because when that joker snap,
No,
and break,
it's gonna snap by itself. I ain't gonna make it snap. I ain't gonna cut it. I'm gonna let it do its thing.
right.
What's good,
But
LeVar?
when it does snap and break,
Oh, it's gonna give you a reality check.
that's gonna cause some all kinds of
But
not so niceties.
But the thing is, I think that people are not understanding. Just my observation is that we are more entertained in other people's distractions because it's there and it's provided for us. People were never like this until social media came out. And I'm not blaming social media because social media is actually very successful at what they do.
True.
Distract you.
True.
They're distracting you.
And you're absolutely 1,000% correct, because nobody truly knew your business except your close friends and your family. And I mean immediate, like in your household.
You know how people found out about celebrities and their situations? On the TV.
Yeah, and then the
It
gossip
wasn't social
line
media.
started.
It wasn't social media or nothing like that. You would find out something about your favorite rapper or whatever,
Right.
looking at MTV or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you
Yeah,
can
I
find out about somebody getting pregnant 15 minutes after they found out they got pregnant. I mean, like, literally.
Oh, shit.
There's networks and everything that are provided for people that want to dip into their nosy distractionary area for entertainment purposes, and that's exactly what it's there for. And there are people that are successful at doing that because there's a market for it. And then, people want to know my opinion or ask, are they becoming a reward? I think they are, because people need entertainment.
Yeah, and that
They need
life,
to fit that. They need to feel that nosy situation they got going on.
right. I was just about to say, and that lifestyle that they live, if they're like the number one person to get that information and the first to share it and all that stuff, that's a reward for them.
There's a competition on that side. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Because everybody wants to be the
But-
first one to post it. Everybody wants to be the first one to get to 1,000 shares or 1,000 likes just because they were the first person
to drop that
to
info.
drop the info.
Yep.
And it's like, okay.
But then it becomes a distraction for everyone else, because that's the thing
But how,
that
okay.
becomes trending, and that's all you see on the timeline.
Well,
then.
yeah, that's true. But let's look at the reality. With this day and age and the people wanting to know certain things,
Mm-hmm.
the way they were before, you would have to get that special report. If you watching your soap opera or
They're breaking in like
the
breaking
I don't
news
know,
on
the Grand
CNN.
Slam Pinochle tournament, or I don't know, whatever the hell you was watching on TV, they will come in, special report.
Mm-hmm.
Dum, 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 and then it's like, you get a special report. I remember being in grade school when Ronald Reagan got shot,
Mm-hmm.
and they brought TVs into the classroom. Like, they shut learning down.
Mm-hmm. Because it was a historical, monumental event.
Man, when the Challenger,
Oh, yeah.
TV's in the classroom. I
Yeah.
know I'm dating a lot of this, and don't judge me because of my age. I really don't give a shit what you think about how old I am. I'm fine like wine, thank you very much. Well, I should say, my brother Jaden said we age perfectly like bourbon. So, anyway. And if you got a problem with it, your pinky toe stink. So, I think it's become a little bit of a I wouldn't say it well, I think it is a rewarding thing, because during COVID people had to get creative. And
Oh,
a lot
absolutely.
of people got creative with the social media apps that were out there and became streamers or became influencers or whatever you want to call it, and became successful. I mean, like, won millions of dollars or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
more.
Right.
And being able to get all these sponsorship deals and everything else. And it's like, I don't necessarily think or say that it's a bad thing. What I actually say is that if you are creative, you know you have a talent, and you know you want to do something that you can fit a niche and be successful at it, why not? Yeah. And then a lot of people saying, well, you're just falling into the trap because they built these apps so that, you know, people could be distracted. Okay. So why not make money from it? Mm-hmm. Why not be the best at something? Be the best at doing something that you're interested in. If you're, you know, you pay attention to certain things or whatever, and it's like, you know what? I know I can do that. Why not try it? But now let's play devil's advocate. What happens when that shit's gone?
Right.
Because distractions ain't a lifelong thing. They just temporary. When you get tired of looking at something, you're going to stop looking at it.
You're going to change the channel or just stop
looking at it altogether.
Yeah.
Like, I mean.
And some people do not have a television in their home because.
And I get it.
The TV is a distraction. That, you know, whatever is being played on the TV is a distraction, and or it causes different situations for them, you know, triggering events or what have you. So they just choose not to have a TV in their home.
Right. So let's say this, because I'm a proponent. I'm a big proponent of being an asshole. I am. So let's do this. So my distraction that I had. Well, let me say this. It wasn't a distraction. Let's say it like this. We know what distractions are in people's life when people are complaining about certain things and they're not taking the opportunities to do other things because they're distracted of doing this. That's what a distraction is. You're not too focused on the end game. You keep complaining about it, but you're not focused on it. It's like you want an 850 credit score, but you always late on your bills. And your credit card is always maxed out. And you the first one in the club with the $500 outfit, but you behind, you know, on your bills. You behind on your rent. You behind on your mortgage. It's like we take lifestyle more seriously than responsibility.
That part.
It's like you can budget in your lifestyle all day long. But guess what? You better budget in a lifestyle that you can afford. If you're trying to get out of that lifestyle, the only way you can get out of that lifestyle is to budget for it. And people are like, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I ain't trying to hear that. You see all them people out there with the gold grills on and blah, blah, blah. I rob people for that. Okay.
Who cares? Why are you trying to keep up with the Joneses?
It's not about keeping up with the Joneses. It's about having a status. It's about being jealous because this person's this, that, and the third. And it's like people rewarded themselves by having these certain amenities that they have, financially, you know, responsible people. But we have a generation of people that want to brag about that said thing, but still got bills. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, I see you. I see your house. You know, that's what's up. I see it. $900,000. You got it. You got the pool. You got the whole everything. That's cool. What you talking about? What's the problem? You trying to get a second car and you need to borrow some money.
That's called
hold on.
House poor.
Hold on, bro. Let me sip my water.
That's called living house
It's
poor.
like, bro, you know I'm living in a $400,000 house. Work 2 full-time jobs. And it's like, you want me to help you do what? It's like, it's not a bragging point when you behind on your bills and you're struggling to try to fit into a community that you're not ready to be living in or be a representation of. A lot of times we get so distracted that that's more important than the reality. You can get to that you know, that lifestyle.
Absolutely.
But people don't want to do the work.
Nope, you got to change your mindset on that one.
So, exactly.
All the way change the mindset.
I don't know. I get to the point sometimes, I think, when I do my podcast that I don't want to be long-winded on certain things, and I'm not going to be long-winded, but you have to realize that there's a capitalization for everything that's out here. When it comes to finances, it's capitalization everywhere. when you do a stream, you need lights, you need a microphone. Sometimes you need headphones or studio monitors. For those that don't know what studio monitors are, they're speakers. You need the atmosphere. You need all of these things. And sometimes it's already organic from what you have, or some people have to create it or buy it. Guess what? That means you have to go out and purchase these said, whatever it is you have to buy, which means you're investing in your work. And a lot of people don't want to take that and do that. They don't want to invest. They just want to come on, and tell y'all whatever they think you want to hear. And be somewhat entertaining, but at the same time, not informative about nothing. And I'm not talking crap about people. I'm just saying that there's great stuff to take in. But really, what is it that you're taking in that you need to get out? Because a lot of that stuff you just can't keep in, because if you're not learning from it, why are you taking it?
Yeah, why sit and listen to it if
I
it's
get
not benefiting you in any way? I'm
not going to say that, because I get it. Some people are attached to certain things as their pure distraction to kind of just, I need this. I work hard and I do these things, and I don't need to sit around here and be all just, trapped up in it. I need some type of way to release and relax. Ain't nothing wrong with watching TV. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Huh?
My distraction is my soap opera.
It's not a distraction.
It's
your way of
work.
It's your way of entertainment. It doesn't matter. It's your way of work. I mean, your way of entertaining yourself or being entertained. Because you can't just sit there and be serious all day. You can't sit there and just think about work all day.
No.
It's like you have a life. Like you have either, kids to take care of, or you got responsibilities that's not about the kids. It's just, you are you, and, you don't have to worry about the kid. You don't have to worry about kids, period, because you don't have any, or, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Everybody's responsibility is their responsibility, but it's trying to tell people what their responsibility is not something that should be happening. And this is why I say that. I'm not going to tell somebody what they should or shouldn't be doing financially. I can give them information or awareness based off of my experience, and that's all I'm going to give you. I'm not going to say, well, if I was you, I would do this. If I was you, I would do that. I don't even really do that to my close friends unless they specifically ask me about something. Exactly. Balance. It's like specifically ask me something. If they know I know something and maybe, whatever, then okay. But I'm not going to just shoot from my hip if I don't know. I'm just not.
Right.
I'm not wired that way. If I don't know, I don't know. And I don't give, two shits if you like me after that, because I don't know. You thought I knew, but I don't. Don't have an expectation to get your question answered by thinking that someone is just going to have that information for you. And then when they don't have it for you, why get mad about it?
Yeah, true. And the fact that if you don't know something that you're being specifically asked by someone, especially when it relates in finances, crypto, and all that stuff, you will tell them point blank, I don't know about that.
Right.
But let me do my research and I will get back to you on what I find. Mm-hmm. I've heard you tell at least 5 people that in the course of, I don't know, at least the last 6 months, where you didn't have information on something because somebody brought something to you. So you just told them, I'm going to get back to you after I do my research.
And that's just, like I said, I'm just not wired to sit around there and shoot from the hip or anything like that. Because to me, it's just, it's wasteful. I mean, why send somebody on a wild goose chase to nowhere? So I think the other thing that people forget about, not even in a spiritual sense, it's more so just like we were saying before, mindset. Regardless of how you think or who you are, who you follow, worship, whatever the case may be, you are who you are, first and foremost. And what you do and how you do it is all about how you do it. But don't do stuff to fit in, because that could be the distraction. You might not even be all in on something. You just think you are.
You heard something and it sounded good.
Exactly. You heard something that sounded good. Somebody pitched something to you and it sounded good. So you went with it and ain't done nothing with it. But as soon as they got something brand new, or as soon as somebody goes live, you the first one in there. You ain't applying none of that shit. You ain't applying nothing. You just in there. And you investing on somebody else's idea or belief or situation, and you ain't even applying it.
Yeah, and you're investing your time listening to whatever's being discussed, but then there's nothing after the fact.
I'm gonna say this. There's a lot of things that I don't talk about, a lot of things I do talk about. And one of the things that I don't talk about, but I will talk about it tonight because I'm an asshole. People have a warped sense of understanding when it comes to people that are religious and people that are spiritual. And these are the people that are not either. These are the people that are just who they are, right? And like, this ain't no judgment. This is just who I am. I don't care religiously, politically, spiritually, or non-denominationally. You cannot push what you believe in or what you follow based off of who that person believes and does or whatever like that to make them seem inferior because of what they're dealing with. And if they were over here, they wouldn't be dealing with it. Or if they weren't doing this, they would be doing this better if they were over here. It's like, we got to stop doing that hyper comparison on where you belong or what you believe. Let people live the life that they want to live. It's a constant recruitment. Let me say this again. It's a constant recruitment for people to be doing all these things. It's like you can know someone that is spiritual and love their energy and love everything about them. But you do your research and learn about it. Don't follow behind somebody else. Don't follow behind somebody else. It don't make no sense to. It's like you're going to follow behind what you like or what you visualize as something that you can get into. And you know somebody that's in it. And you can ask them questions and everything else like that. But I'm not going to just go where you're going. I need to get comfortable in a position to what I'm experiencing, how I feel about it, what I like, what I really don't like, whatever like that. I need to find that out for me. It's like we want to recruit people so bad. It's like, why don't you just come to church and do this? Why don't you just do it? Why don't you let this person be comfortable coming in there first? You're just going to drag them into a building of 800 people that they don't know, and everybody got the corona coughing on their hand. Hey, God bless you. Welcome to the building. Hey, we good over here. God bless you. It's like, no, stop. It's like I feel like I'm sitting here waiting on the president to walk down my aisle so I can shake his hand. That 30,000 other people just did.
And all of them coughed on the hand.
Man, stop. Y'all been sitting there holding on them nasty ass railings, waiting on this funky ass dude to run down here that's played 4 quarters of football, and you gonna slap his hand. He done grabbed on his nuts, spit on his hand, and coughed and talked and all this other shit. But I mean, hey, y'all do what y'all do. It's okay. I'm a fan too, but I ain't sitting that close to where they could just slap my hand after they'd have been groping another dude and slapping him across his chest and bleeding on him.
Oh, my goodness.
I ain't doing all that shit. Y'all, It's okay to be a fan. We just can't be that one dude. So anywho, I'm going in this direction because we said we're gonna do segments. I don't have Asshole of the Week, which is a segment that we're gonna start doing. because this week, I mean, we've been gone for 28 days. It wouldn't be fair for me to just come right out and say who the asshole of the week is. But however, comma.
I think I got your answer.
What?
Diddy.
I mean, no Diddy. We're not going to do that. I'm just going to say this. I think really, to be honest with you, to wrap it up in the last, like, say, month, I think the true asshole right now, and proud to be that, is Kendrick Lamar. And this is not a bad asshole. He knew what the hell he was doing.
Z. Yeah, you ain't lying.
Hey, bro. She is the asshole of the week. I don't know if y'all
checked the shit out of her,
bro. She walked up to her and tried to knock her clear out the ring. I mean, out of the whole arena.
Yeah, and
she didn't flop. That was exactly how her body reacted after she got bumped. That you right. That's clearly an asshole of the week. But I don't. Man, Kendrick is just an asshole. He knows
his comebacks was on point though.
His delivery is so like, damn. And then he did a diss record that is it's like an anthem now. It's gonna be a summer anthem. You play that in the club, everybody's jumping. OVO. It's like, come on now. A minor. I'm like, come on, bro. Right. Anyway, so I think it's an imperative that we move forward in the conversation and bring up the fact that we at some point are going to venture off Facebook and solely be on YouTube. I've mentioned this a few times, and I'm mentioning it again because that time is coming really soon.
More than a few times.
Right. And I will strictly be on YouTube. I will no longer be on Facebook Live. I will share the lives on my Facebook, but I will solely be on YouTube. I need to get out of this algorithm and create my own. So if you follow this show and you follow this podcast, I would appreciate if you would continue to do so when I do my videos on YouTube. Yes, I will share on Facebook and all the other platforms, but I need to change the algorithm and get into more content as well as the ability to, I think, scale up my podcast. So, like I said, things are going to be changing and there will be a lot more content that I'll be producing. You will get, for right now, just the one podcast during the week. Later on, here in a couple of months, something that's being worked in the background, I will be doing short 15-minute, like small little fast podcasts that I'll just be talking quick, and it'll still be That's What I Said, but it'll have a parentheses with a name that I haven't came up with yet. So once that happens, I'll let you guys know. And like I said, it's going to be within the next 90 days. It's probably going to be less than that, to be honest with you, because it's been worked on for a while.
Yeah. If you're not a subscriber on our YouTube page, we do have the links on the Facebook fan page. So please definitely go click the link there. You'll automatically be taken right to the YouTube page. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified always when we go live.
Facts. I appreciate that, LeVar. I appreciate everybody that actually takes the time to look at the Facebook videos, as well as go to Spreaker.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can type in That's What I Said and follow the podcast and get notifications when the podcast actually is uploaded into whatever podcast platform you listen to. And for this one that's being recorded live, like I always do my podcast, it will be available within the next 15, 20 to 30 minutes. It's usually pretty fast. So,
yep.
We'll keep it short and sweet with y'all tonight. It's my first podcast back, and you would think I would be blowing up and having celebration and all that stuff, but we just getting started, y'all. There's a lot of things that we're going to be changing, a lot more interviews, a lot more conversation, and definitely a new look. So make sure y'all stay tapped in and tuned in. What you got for the people before we get up out of here?
Man, all I can say is enjoy the rest of your week. Whatever it is that you plan to do, make sure you take a moment for you each and every day. No matter how long you need for you, just take that time and stay cool, y'all, because it's heating up out there.
Facts. So we out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen for however long y'all stayed in here for. And if you just caught us, you're going to have to make sure you hit the rewind button and catch the beginning of this. This is That's What I Said. I'm your boy, Cedric D. Sanders, and we up out of here, man. I see y'all next Tuesday at 7:30-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all tap in and tune in and subscribe. We out of here. Peace.
Thanks for listening to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Make sure to like and subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode.